Guys, I've been through this. I have been through this with so many different Celtic players over the years. I've been through this with Paul Pierce. I've been through this with Ricky Davis. I've been through this with Tony Allen. I've been through this with Ray Allen. I've been through this before with Kevin Garnett. Okay? I've been through this with Rajon Rondo. Guys, now in my 30 something years of being alive, this one right here, this one takes the cake. Okay? This one takes the cake, guys. And for those out there who have been seeing my tweets on X, yes, I am very disgusted with my hometown team. And I really don't know what other answer there is than let's ride with Jaylen Brown to Philadelphia. I'm not proud of my team. I don't know how they can just disrespect this man to this degree. Did you guys see even the way they did it? Forget trying to tear the Jaylen Brown, the JBs, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the double J's. Forget trying to tear them apart. They've been trying to do that for a long time. It's not like their relationship, they were necessarily best friends anyways, okay? But in the meantime, guys, you guys, whoever, I'm going to have to take an extended vacation away from my Boston Celtics because this right here, this man you see on this screen here, this man you're looking at on this screen, this man is bigger than basketball. And it's even better that he's a dog on the court. Okay? This is an MVP of my city. And for us to do this in my 30s, I've seen some horrible tradeaways, but this one brought me out onto the laptop. This one brought me onto the laptop. So guys, those who can want to ride with me, I have room in my car. We can go to Philly. I love a cheesesteak. They're my favorite cheesesteaks. I have my Boston family members. A lot of them are not happy with my decision, but I will say this. That's how you know I really fuck with Jaylen Brown. When it comes to my Celtics, nobody is taking me away from them. But this situation right here and the way that Brad Stevens, I did not know that you were Danny Ainge. I didn't know that you were a Danny Ainge in disguise, but I will say this, guys, you are now tuning into another episode of the Cultural Playbook, and the title of this episode is Why Philadelphia Can Make Jaylen Brown an Even Bigger Star than Boston did. Okay? Now, guys, everybody's talking about whether the Celtics made a mistake trading Jaylen Brown. And obviously they did. But that's the wrong conversation here because the question that we really should be asking is, could Philadelphia actually make Jaylen Brown a bigger brand than Boston ever did? And I think that answer is yes, because it actually has very little to do with basketball. Now, the basketball side, guys, that's obvious. Jaylen Brown, we already know he's headed to Philly in exchange for Paul George. Okay, Paul George and Jason Tatum. I would love to see that. I look, this is the first time in my life, just like Jaylen Brown said, you really need to reverse engineer. And I'm sitting here kind of baffled because I'm really here trying to psychologically tell myself I need to reverse engineer, and I'm already being reverse engineered to not hate Philadelphia. Like Philadelphia, like ew, like come on now. I mean, they say there's a city of brotherly love. I hope they show Jaylen Brown some brotherly love in Philadelphia because it's like ew, Philly. But look, Philly has amazing players. They got Tyrese Maxey, who I fucking love. They have my brother from the Bahamas, VJ Edgecombe, and then you add my Cameroonian brother Joel Embiid on top of that. I thought this man was injured. I thought Joel Embiid was injured. See, this is the reason why you don't doubt an African man. This is why you cannot do that and that's why I don't listen to people. I don't listen to anybody. I go based on what I know. This is an African brother. Y'all can say he's injured, but when he's on the court, he don't look that damn injured to me. He doesn't look that damn injured to me. He's very calculated. And for Jaylen Brown to join him and join VJ and Tyrese, okay. Yeah. It's about to be big. It's about to be big. People want to know, can Philadelphia win the championship with this team right here? I say yes. Did Boston get enough in exchange for Jaylen Brown? No, you didn't. Jaylen Brown is almost priceless. This is a man that carried us. He carried us on his back. And I'm sorry, if you don't like an intelligent black man who is teaching courses at Harvard and MIT, that is your personal problem. NBA, you guys are showing me that you really don't fuck with men who think for themselves. You really want men who shut up and just take care of branding. Wear the brands that you want them to wear. Jaylen Brown is talking about you don't necessarily need an agent. We need to learn how to deal with our money, handle our money. Jaylen Brown is educating his fellow colleagues. And for some reason, which I know why, the NBA doesn't like that. But let's ask the real questions now. Can Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Jaylen Brown coexist? Can they coexist? Absolutely, they can. Now, these are the questions people are asking about. But on this show, guys, we talk about branding. This is the cultural playbook for a reason, all right? Now, this is my opinion. This trade does not shrink Jaylen Brown's brand. It only makes it bigger because Philadelphia offers him something that Boston never did, and that is a chance to be the face of a team, okay? And my man right here, JB Baby, as I like to call him, is now the face of the Philadelphia 76ers. Now let's break this down, all right? Because every great sports brand, we already know they have their own defining chapter. Michael Jordan had Chicago. LeBron had Cleveland. Then he had Miami. Then he ran back to Cleveland, okay? That was his chapter. Now Jaylen Brown, he had major success with us. He won a freaking championship just 2 seasons ago. He's a finals MVP, and he's one of the NBA's most elite wings. But the challenge is he always was sharing the spotlight with Jason Tatum. He was always sharing the spotlight with Jason Tatum. Now, Philadelphia is now looking for someone to help change its future. And we already know that fans love a redemption story. And Jaylen Brown is here to be that redemption story for Philadelphia. Now, guys, listen to this. Check this out. Because I'm telling you guys this because I believe in Jaylen Brown. And for those of us who love Jaylen Brown, we all believe in Jaylen Brown. Because we already know if Jaylen Brown delivers in Philadelphia, he's not just going to be another all-star. This dude is going to change the direction of one of the NBA's biggest franchises. And that is the much bigger story. Now, guys, we're now in Pillar 2. Now, Pillar 2 is Philadelphia fits his personality. And I think that Philadelphia fits Jaylen Brown's personality because he's thoughtful, he's intellectual, he's outspoken. Most people overlook these things, but the people who really rock with Jaylen Brown and F with Jaylen Brown, we know this about him. That is his identity. He's not a flashy guy. He knows what he's doing. He thinks before he speaks. He's invested in education, entrepreneurship, community initiatives through his Juice Foundation, where he supports underdeserved youth. This is a man who the city has embraced him back home in Boston. It's a city that embraces people who work and lead and stand for something. That is Jaylen Brown. And honestly, this right here creates an opportunity for Jaylen Brown to deepen his identity. And I don't mean just in basketball. I mean as a civic leader. And these type of connections, that is what creates lasting brand loyalty, okay? Now, let's listen to a little bit about what Carmelo Anthony had to say about this.
this is maybe one of the few times that I feel like I don't like it. I don't like how it went down. Like, I just don't like how it don't feel right. Like, how the treatment of all of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you're 2 years removed from a championship.
Finals MVP.
First team all defense. Could have been defensive player of the year if Wemby wasn't in it. Like, it's almost led them boys back to the promised land.
By himself.
Proved to everybody that he could do it. I'm not just saying this about JB. I'm just saying about how quickly it moves on. This is 2 years. Something from a championship. That's why I said it doesn't feel right.
Something don't smell right.
It doesn't feel right.
You hear that, guys? And I mean, this is coming from Carmelo Anthony, all right? Now, guys, also think about this, because this is going to bring Jaylen Brown more national attention. I mean, isn't Jaylen Brown joining a team that is one of the biggest sports markets in the country? I mean, did the Philadelphia Eagles not just win a Super Bowl? Just, what was that, 2 seasons ago? Is he joining a team that took us out of the playoffs this past season? And I don't care what anybody said. VJ Edgecombe is a dangerous man. Joel Embiid is not as hurt as everyone thought he was. Tyrese Maxey is hungry for a championship. And then you add Jaylen Brown. I mean, this is an amplified stage. Everything is amplified in Philadelphia. And if you ask me, I'm not even mad. I was mad, but I've turned my tears into triumphs, because we're going to push Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is just getting started. This is only the beginning for Jaylen Brown, okay? It's only the beginning for him, because Jaylen Brown is joining a team that was one of the Eastern Conference's biggest storylines last season when they embarrassed us and we blew a 3-1 lead. Yes, my Boston Celtics blew a 3-1 lead to Philadelphia, and now Jaylen Brown is joining the pack. So that means more national television, more debate shows, more social media conversation. Attention fuels branding, and the more attention you guys give Jaylen Brown, you're fueling his brand. And Philadelphia is going to produce that attention for Jaylen Brown, okay? I have no doubt whatsoever that this Philadelphia is going to turn out to be the right spot for him. He should have been here to begin with, and I'm just excited for Jaylen Brown. I'm excited for Jaylen Brown, and like we said, he's going to have the spotlight. Let me come on camera for this. He's going to have the spotlight in Philadelphia like he never did in Boston. I mean, in Boston, we gave him what we could, but Jaylen Brown, I'm on your train, and his star is about to be so much more amplified. Now, all of this discussion, I am happy that I don't have to hear conversations about whether Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are really friends. Guys, can we take a look at this insane footage and watch how Jason Tatum reacts when Jaylen Brown basically demolishes him during All-Star Game in 2023. Let's take a look at this. We're gonna amplify your brand, JB. Let's go, guys.
Oh, we got the matchup.
Oh, here's your matchup. Here's your matchup. The two Celtics. How many times have they played king of the court in Boston, right? And the little fadeaway is good for Jaylen Brown. Okay.
Gotta go back.
You gotta go right back. Here we go. Oh, and then he gave him a too small. He gave him a too small. Oh, he lost the handle. That's right. That's nice, but you got to be able to finish it, though, right? He's like, come back for some more. Going again. Come back for some more.
Remember, it was Tatum who broke Brown's face, that facial fracture. Friendly fire. Brown for three. Oh!
Look, he gave it to him.
Too small.
Too little. Too
Oh, we got the matchup.
Oh, here's your matchup.
If you ask me, guys, I think that Jason Tatum's kind of maybe there's a little bit of haterade there. I do think there's a rivalry between those two men, and I don't know if it's that I'm an adult now, and now that I'm an adult, I kind of feel like I'm starting to look at things logically. Like, things are making sense. The old me, the young me would have been like, oh, don't break them apart. But the new me's like, no. I fuck with Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown needs to stand on his own 2 feet alone. There's always been talk between the number 1 man and the number 2 man, Jason Tatum, number 1 man, Jaylen Brown, number 2 man. There's always been conversations, and I hear the loud voices of people saying, no, Jaylen Brown is better. And I'm one of those people. So now that he's going to be playing in Philadelphia, this is not even a what team do you support type of thing. This is, I want to see Jaylen Brown shine. I want to see him shit on the haters, Stephen A. I want to see him shit on all the people that have been going in and telling all these lies about this smart, intelligent king right here. Okay? So, I mean, what is the long game for Jaylen Brown, guys? Like, that's the real question. What is the long game for him? The best personal brands evolve from situations like this. And guys, we already know that Boston will always be a part of Jaylen Brown's legacy. That's not going to change. But Philadelphia gives him something that is priceless, and that is a second act. And second acts, guys, are where legacies become iconic. And if it helps bring another championship to Philadelphia, I mean, they've been chasing one for a while. That then changes Jaylen Brown from Boston star to franchise transformer. And I don't know the biggest ha-ha Jaylen Brown can give other than that. That is a much bigger brand. From Boston star to franchise transformer. So, what is my final verdict in all of this? Well, my final verdict is that most people look at this trade as the end of Jaylen Brown's Boston story, all right? And that's how the average person is looking at it. But I'm looking at it as something bigger, because in today's NBA, guys, Jaylen Brown is not going to get anywhere by staying in the same place. He's not going to get anywhere by going back and forth with Jason Tatum, competing for the 1 and 2. He has to branch off on his own, and he has to embrace this new stage in Philadelphia. And honestly, Philadelphia just handed Jaylen Brown a major stage, because he's about to go in with Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid, and he's going to do that being the number 1 man, all right? And in this day and age, guys, I can't think of a bigger branding situation for Jaylen Brown than this. Guys, that ends this episode of today's Cultural Playbook. Can Philadelphia make Jaylen Brown even bigger than Boston did? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And guys, you know, I've been trying to think of different ways to do this channel, but I'm just gonna talk about no fancy edits here. No fancy edits, none of the boom, blah, bam, bam, boom, none of that. Just us having a conversation. I will put this on live after it's done, but I'm just gonna stream live, and over time, we'll go from there. But we don't need no fancy edits. We're talking about something real here, all right? Something real. Jaylen Brown was just traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. He's my favorite player in the NBA right now. And Boston, if you think I'm just going to stay with him right now, I cannot do that. I mean, stay with Boston right now, I cannot do that. I gotta stick with Jaylen. So right now, I am going to be rooting for the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, I said that out loud. Guys, I will catch you on the next episode, and leave your comments in the comment section where I can respond to them. All right, Jaylen Brown, wishing you the best of luck in Philadelphia. I live 2 hours away. I'm rooting with you all the way. Long live King Jaylen Brown.